Uthando Nesthembu season 6 has been on our screens. I've been watching it. I have been entertained, and like a couple of people, I too have been judging. I mean, what? That's what we do, friends on the couch. We judge. Hi, how are you doing? I am Lungile. Thank you so much for joining me. And as you might have surmised, I want to talk about Uthando Nesthembu. I just want to start with a disclaimer. These are my thoughts and opinions on the subject matter. I kind of don't expect anybody to agree with me. I'm just thinking out loud here. You know, me, just on the outside looking in, I think this polygamy thing is way too difficult, both for the wives and for the men. Like, I don't understand why you want to put yourself in a position where you share your husband, you share his attentions, you share his affections, and worst of all, you're putting yourself in a position where you have to deal with the other lady. You have to deal with her temperaments, her likes and dislikes, her highs and lows. Okay, Sharp Grand, you might not mind the first part, having to share. A lot of women in our society have made peace with sharing a man. But the second part, are you ready for the second part? Dealing with Abo Mayeni out there. Are you ready for that? And on the part of the man as well, I'm just as baffled. This seems like a lot of work to me to continuously and consistently keep multiple people happy, okay, and be fair and have no favoritism. Okay, now that is when you are doing polygamy correctly, and we are led to believe that Babumselegu is doing this whole thing correctly, which means what you are doing for wife A, you must do for B, C, D, and make sure that they are all happy, that nobody's going to complain that such and such got special treatment. There is a lot of work, a lot of intentional and deliberate effort. And secondly, I thought that men wanted peace in their relationships with their significant others. I mean, what are the odds that you will be in peace, or there will be peace in your relationship when you have so many women to please? I mean, what are the odds that none of them would ever wanna go toe to toe with you, like verbally, that like you will not have a mangwabe in I don't get it. To me, this is a lot. This is so hard. So let me provide context. Season 1 had us falling in love with the Mselegu family, Ubaba Mselegu and his 4 beautiful wives. The first wife, Matele, the second wife, Mayeni, the third wife, Makumalo, and the 4th wife, Guava. They are all beautiful. They are all well taken care of and provided for, at least financially. And the show was quick to jump in and elaborate that these women are not gold diggers, that all these women have their own sources of income. And the more we've watched the show, the more we've been privy to that fact. So as the seasons wore on, it became clearer and clearer that the smoke of perfection is starting to clear. We are seeing the reality of this now. And it's not as easy and as rosy as we were led to believe in the earlier seasons. Okay, this whole polygamy situation. For example, the previous season, Ubaba Mselegu drops a bomb on his wives that he wants wife number 5. The hell 4? You got 4 wives, man. Okay. Anyway, so his reason is because he wants 20 children. Why do you want 20 children? Okay, why? Okay, yeah, you can afford 20 children, but splitting yourself to be there for 20 children, and all these children will feel the love and the affection and the attention from their father. Has Mr. Mselegu thought about that? Because I think at the moment he does have 10 children, and that's a lot already. Just from me looking in, I don't get how he thinks he's going to be a successful businessman, which he is, a good husband to 4+ wives, a man to a couple of side chicks, and then a father to 20 children. Where are you getting the time? Do you have an extra couple of hours to your day, Mr. Mselegu? Because I don't see you having enough time to give all these spheres of your life the attention that they deserve. So anyways, the wives turned him down. All the wives said no to that request from him for wife number 5. A couple of them wanted to know, who have you chosen to be wife number 5? So when the current season started, he has not taken wife number 5, and I think a couple of us were looking forward to that. And also, when the previous season ended, he had a very tough sit down with his ladies. Rather, should I call it a confrontation, where he was telling them that he's not happy with a couple of things that they're doing, that some of them are disrespectful, some of them don't dress appropriately, some of them, when they go home, they don't tell him that they're going home, or when they're coming back, some of them are withdrawing, or rather withholding bedroom activities, and some of them, or one of them, has him by the balls, testicles, like he will not be pulled by a woman by his testicles. And who got your testicles, I wonder? And so when the current season starts, he's revisiting this discussion with his ladies. He's asking them one on one, like, out of that discussion, what do you think applies to you? Some were like, nothing applies to me. Some were like, oh no, I see such and such could be about me. I could work on that, but maybe you must communicate better as well. You know, some of them were very mature, but some of them were like, there's nothing wrong. What do you want from me? What is Guava? Guys, Guava went toe to toe with Mselegu. Mselegu was amber in tears right there in front of her. She showed him flames of hell in that discussion they were having. She didn't even take off her glasses. Okay, side note, I had actually thought that Guava was not going to come back in this season. You know, because I mean, as I said, we watch and we judge, and my judgment was that one of these wives is going to divorce Mselegu, and I had judged that it would be Guava. Previous season, to me, she looked like she was working on her exit strategy. Yes, she has a job, but she's studying. She has a business with her brother, and when he asked her for children, she was like, no, I'm busy. But hey, Mselegu still got all his wives. His family is intact, except there is no unity. He wants unity within the household. So now, let me not act like everything in this show has been hard for these people. The wives got together and they organized and threw their husband a surprise birthday party. We loved seeing it. We loved seeing them work together. So unity is perhaps possible. So anyways, we love seeing them working together. They surprised him. He was in tears the whole time. He loved it that much that he just couldn't hold his emotions in. And I loved seeing it, okay? When you are happy, express your happiness whichever way you see fit. So back on the difficulty of the situation. After the party, Mselegu had to go to each and every wife and thank them personally for the role that they played in throwing him this surprise party. And to Mayan, he had to like clarify, did everybody contribute? Did everybody contribute equally? And Mayeni had to be like, yes, we all contributed equally. If you had one wife, that wouldn't even be a question. If you had one wife, you would have only had one person to thank, one trip to make. Now, these women don't live together. Like, they don't live in the same area. So I wonder how many days it took him, or rather how many hours it took him just for this thank you exercise. The chore of it all, just to say thank you to your woman. Because remember, Mselegu is doing polygamy correctly. What he does for one wife, he must do for the others. If he thanks Mayeni personally, he must thank them all personally. So something else worth mentioning, Guava was not, I think it was episode 5. Guava was not feeling well. She had an earache. I've never had an earache, but from those who said it, they like, that thing hurts like hell, okay? So anyway, she couldn't cook for him. She couldn't, and he was complaining about that. Like, where am I supposed to get food? I can't get a takeaway. I can't be a man with 4 wives and I have a takeaway. Get takeaways. Drive to your nearest KFC. Come on now, it's not that hard. Okay? And he hinted that he could go to another wife's house to eat, but Mangwabe was kind of like, no, that wouldn't look right, that you only go there to eat and you can't spend the night there. You eat there, you spend the night here. That's gonna create a weird dynamics between us wives. So anyways, because his wives did an amazing thing for him, they threw him a birthday party. Mselegu was like, this is the perfect time to spoil my wives. He arranged a getaway for them, just the 4 of them, no kids, no husband, just the 4 of them. And he spoke to wife number 1 and he gave her a couple of instructions that they need to work on their unity, just hash out some issues, do a couple of activities together as the sister wives, and they did. We were then treated to Mayeni's other side. The past seasons, it's been dropped a little bit that Mayen is shady. Mayen is shady, but we are all shady. And in a polygamous situation, a little bit of shade can be expected. So we, the audience, kept forgiving it and forgiving it and forgiving it. But I think that this is the season where her true colors just might not be all that easily forgiven by the audience. What's up, mommy? She is such a Debbie Downer. She reeks of negative energy. So there was a game arranged for the ladies at their luxurious getaway where they just had to be like, who's ever done this for you? Who's ever done this for you? Whoever's done such for you, give them a rose. Now, here was a revelation. Mayeni did not get even 1 rose after the activity was done. Also, there was a contentious issue where Mayeni got to us to pick a question where she's like, who last helped you out with your kids, or who last picked up your kids? And that's when Makumalo was like, I take a child to school every Monday and I come back with a child every Friday. I deserve that rose. And Mayeni felt nobody deserved that rose. Even though when she was talking to the camera, she mentioned that she's aware that Makumalo does this for her son, but she doesn't care. She didn't feel that Makumalo deserved the rose. And anyways, another revelation. After the whole activity, Guava had the most flowers. So, back to a prior point. I think in this whole thing, whatever's going on with Guava, she is putting the whole blame on Mselegu, not the wives. She seems to have a very good relationship with Matele and Makumalo. They seem to get along. So it was interesting that the rudest woman to the husband is the woman who got the most flowers from the sister wives. So back to my theory that this whole thing is difficult. I think I've highlighted all the difficulties. Now these 3, Matele, Makumalo, Mangwabe, needs to deal with whatever's going on with Mayeni. Where if it wasn't polygamy, there would be no Mayeni to deal with, or you would be Mayeni. And Mselegu now needs to find out what's going on with 2 of his wives. He needs to get to the bottom of what's going on with Mangwabe. Something's going on with Mangwabe, okay? And now he needs to find out what's going on with Mayeni. So yeah, do you agree with my summarization that polygamy is difficult? I know that I keep saying I don't know why anybody would do it. Listen, many of us are in unofficial polygamous situations. We just don't know, or it's just not official, okay? So anyways, if you watch the show and enjoy it, please let me know in the comment section. If you agree with some of my points, I don't expect everybody to agree with everything I said. Please let me know in the comment section. Please like this video and please subscribe to my channel. I will highly appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.